Howdy do, get them 7-string guitars out. It's time to learn a cool little inside picking technique for your guitar riffs, especially for some metal. Seriously though, like get your guitar out, tune it, and like let's go. Hey, and by the way, make sure that you click subscribe and any alerts that you need to click so that you know when these videos are coming out, because we want to keep them happening and we want to keep you enjoying them? Anyway, I recently did a short form video where I was just jamming on 115 from Call of Duty Zombies. For some reason, it's a fan favorite, I guess. But within that song, there's a lot of cool stuff going on, but the biggest thing that you need to master is something I call, and a lot of us call, inside picking. It's when your pick really lives in between two strings at any given time, and it's picking them differently than you normally would. I'll give you a real quick example. If you were to put your first finger on the 5th fret of the A string, and your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string, that'd be your typical power chord shape, but I want you to grab onto that. Note that my guitar is a half step down. So if you're playing along with me and you're in standard tuning, that's why it sounds awful, but the concept remains the same. Normally, a lot of us would down pick the whole thing. So we would start with that high string and go down pick, come all the way back, down pick, down, 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 down. But with this inside picking technique, you're gonna do a down pick on that higher note on that D string, and then you're going to up pick on the lower note on the A string. And you'll keep this technique going the whole time. And at first it feels a little awkward, so before you start trying to tackle the whole 115 riff, I recommend doing a very simple chromatic exercise to really get your hands feeling like this is completely natural. So start on that same 5th fret of the A string with that power chord shape, and I just want you to be shifting that shape up 4 frets, replaying that and going back down 4 steps, and starting slow and increasing tempo slowly. By really focusing on the left hand movement, but more than that, your picking hands movement, you'll start to master the technique a lot easier. And from there, not just with things like 115, you could start to implement this across the board with things like your minor scale. If we remember, our minor scale looks like this. By the way, it's just the natural minor scale, nothing fancy. 5th fret of the A string, 7, 8, 5th fret of the D string, 7, 8, 5th fret of the G, and then you resolve it on 7. But if we keep that first finger locked into that first note of the scale, we could use our other fingers on the other strings to utilize that inside picking maneuver. For example, as in 115, all we're doing is locking in that first finger on something like our 5th fret of the A string, and then we're just playing around with the frets on the D string like 7, 8, 7, 5. Just had to do that beefiness with the 7 string at the end. But in any event, it's a really good picking technique to start challenging yourself to pick differently. It gives you a better ability to accent that higher note because you're coming in on a down pick, but it also allows you to start visualizing 2-string sequences a lot easier. I have a couple things popping up right now. Obviously, you can watch the next video, or there's a button to subscribe, which make sure you subscribe because I love doing these videos and I love you being here. So subscribe so that you're here to watch it all the time and I can keep doing these. If you have any questions or comments or anything that you want me to make videos out of, make sure you leave those in the comments and I will see you next time.